So in the last video, I talked about breathing and what that means. And then breathing is extremely important for voicing, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So for rest breathing, use about 40% for inhale and 60% for exhale. In speaking, use 10% inhale and 90% exhale because we speak on the exhale. So how does that happen? So our vocal folds are made up of layers of muscle and skin tissue and elastic fibers and are roughly the size of a penny for women and a nickel for men. So very, 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 very tiny, but have so much power. They're affected also by mass, tension, and length, and any disturbance here is going to cause a disturbance in our overall voicing, and you're going to be able to hear it. Voicing also happens when air is pushed through the opening of our vocal folds, which are open for breathing, right? And this creates a change in pressure in our windpipe. This is also what starts the vibration and this kind of 3D wave-like movement in our vocal folds. The vocal folds are closing due to force, but then also opening again due to force. They close just enough, and then the perfect amount of pressure builds below, coming from our lungs, to bring them back open again. The vocal folds want to come back to their resting position, and they do this through their elastic force, and they're extremely elastic. This also begins looking kind of like that 3D wave. So it separates first at the bottom, and as it begins separating at the top, the bottom begins closing. So our vocal folds are vibrating all at the same time, but also at different frequencies. So it gives it kind of this robust, complex sound. You can equate this to a guitar string. So when you pluck a guitar string, it's all vibrating, but it's vibrating at different points in time and at different frequencies. So it's going to give with the source, so that plucking, and with the body of the guitar, which has the sound moving around in it, it's going to give this unique, incredible sound. Our voicing is exactly the same. Another way you can break this down is by thinking about blowing on a windmill. So those little paper windmills, that's what I'm talking about. You need that initial burst of air to get that moving. So we need that initial burst of air to get our vocal folds moving into that wave. And then this gets it spinning and spinning and spinning, but you need to have that continuously spinning. So you keep breathing on it at certain intervals to get it to keep moving, right? Well, our lungs provide puffs of exhaled air as we speak to keep voicing going until a new breath is required, just like I did right now. And that is the basic gist of how voicing works.